Before my weight loss journey, before I shared anything on YouTube, I lived a living nightmare. And I'm gonna take you through that, and I wanna bring you there to that point where I was, that struggle. I'm gonna paint you a picture and take you through that journey with me. Imagine being a 5-year-old girl. You're in a gymnasium full of little kids. You're sitting on a bench. You're wearing a very tight blue bodysuit, spandex. You are so insecure. You look down. The first thing you see is a big belly. You are instantly ashamed of who you are. You're 5. You look up, you see all these kids playing, carefree, and you're sitting there so ashamed and embarrassed of who you are, your body. You don't want them to look at you because you are afraid that they're gonna call you out for being fat and for having a belly. Your mom is sitting beside you on the bench and says, "Nicole, what is wrong with you? Get up there. Don't you want to be in gymnastics?" You freeze. You're so ashamed. You can't tell your mom what you're feeling. You're embarrassed to share it. Your mom starts getting mad at you saying, like, "I'm paying money for this. So if you're not gonna do it, like, let's just leave." You are so scared. You can't tell your mother how you feel. You're so embarrassed. You're like, "Yeah, Mom, I'm done. I don't wanna do gymnastics." And she leaves mad thinking you don't wanna do gymnastics, but really deep down, you are a 5-year-old girl ashamed of your body. And you can't even tell your own mom. Flash forward, age 11. You're actually the smallest you've ever been, but when you look in the mirror, all you see is a fat girl. You start restricting your food because you think that you shouldn't be eating what you're eating. Then, one day, you discover hiding food, and you buy your first bag of chips and you sneak it when everyone in your family is asleep. And alone in your room, in the corner of your room with this bag of chips, and you feel hatred and freedom for yourself at the same time because you finally found a way to get it out. And you're there and you eat the entire bag of chips in 5 minutes, and you're left feeling guilty and ashamed, and all you want to do is hide, and you hate yourself and your body at 11. You feel alone. You feel depressed and anxious, and you feel apart from the world, like you're the odd person out, like you don't belong. Flash forward to 13, where you start doing fad diets. You are desperate to find a magic pill. You are hurting so much on the inside, you can't tell anybody how you feel. You're embarrassed of who you are, so you're using food to cope, and you're trying to desperately find this fad diet that will make you look better, feel better. If you can just lose weight and have the perfect body, maybe then you'll like yourself. Maybe then you'll finally love yourself, like your body. Maybe then you'll be accepted. And you take that through your entire teenage years. You can't enjoy anything. Everything you do, you hide. You don't want to socialize. You're embarrassed. You don't eat in public. You have friends, but you still always feel just not you. You don't feel like you belong. You feel odd, like, why are you here? Everyone else is so much better than you, and you can't figure this out. And you keep turning to food over and over, and you don't know how to stop. You can't stop. And you can't stop hiding it and hiding who you are. You flash forward to your 20s, and you're getting heavier because you can't stop eating. And the food has taken over your life. Your day is consumed. 100% of your thoughts is about food, about eating food, not eating food, being obsessed with food, hiding food, sneaking food. When are you going to eat it next? When can you be alone so that you can just eat because you're using it to medicate yourself? And then flash forward to your late 20s, when you meet the love of your life, and together you've both been going through this separately, but now together you do it together, and you're sneaking food and you're binging and you're getting heavier and heavier. And then we get to the point where Me, Nicole, and my husband Kyle behind the camera reached our heaviest weights. 275 for me and 375 for Kyle, where our health was on the line. Kyle developed type 2 diabetes. I had sleep apnea so bad I was stopping breathing 7 times a night, partially stopping breathing 84 times in one night. We were struggling mentally, physically, emotionally. We were hurting so much, and we binged together, but we still felt so separate from each other because we were using the food to medicate. And then what happened was we knew if we didn't stop gaining weight, if we didn't stop our binging, we were going to get very sick or worse. Our life and health was on the line, and we knew it, but we weren't ready to change yet. What we started doing was playing the victim. I look back on all of the struggles, and this is the first time that I'm gonna say some things on camera because I'm finally ready, and I've never been able to admit this before. I blame my mom for a lot. I blamed my mom for my eating disorder, for making me quit gymnastics. I made my mom the scapegoat. Really, when I look back, my mom, sometimes she could have said it a little bit more compassionate, but what I realize now, when my mom said, why don't you just eat less? Or why don't you try doing this to lose weight? Or like, you're wasting my money in gymnastics. First of all, I couldn't tell her what I was really feeling. So how was she supposed to know? She's not a mind reader. And I realize now my mom was loving me the best way she could, and where I was. It didn't matter if she would have said things in the perfect way or whether she was loving or bold. She really loved me and was trying to do her best, positive or negative. I wasn't going to take the message. No matter what, I was going to make my mom the bad guy, the scapegoat, because I was using everything to play the victim. Oh, I can't. I'm affected by binge eating. All these people are making me binge. Look at those people over there. They can eat a portion. Kyle and I remember we were sitting in a parking lot at Subway, and we watched people come out with half a sub, and we got angry. We didn't know these people. We got angry at these people coming out with a bag with half a sub, saying, what is wrong with those people that they can only eat a portion? No one can eat a portion.
We knew that we were in a very sick place when it was offensive that someone ate a portion of a sub.
We made everyone and everything around us the problem. I blamed my mom for everything. And I realize now, and I've never been able to admit this before, never on camera, I couldn't have taken anything that she said or anybody said as helpful. I know now she was trying to help me and love me the best way she could, but I put up a block, a wall. I wouldn't let anyone in, and anything they said to me, I took it as offensive because I was hurting and I wasn't ready to look at it. It was too deep and too painful to look at that it was me causing a lot of it. Now I'm gonna get into doctors. I'm sure all of you out there, if you're watching and you've had a weight problem, you've been to a doctor and the doctor has said, you're heavy, you need to lose weight. At 13, I remember going to a doctor and the doctor just looked at me and said, you're fat. I took so much offense to that. I went home, I binged, I blamed the doctor. Oh, he's so mean, he's so rude, how dare him? And then when I was 275 pounds and I switched doctors because I moved from one city to where I live now to be with Kyle, because we actually lived in totally different cities, hours apart. When I switched doctors, the doctor, did his initial consultation, and the first thing he said after he took all my information and weighed me, he looked right at me and said, you're severely obese, you know that? And that was it. Just stared at me after that. And I can't even remember, I remember feeling really ashamed and making some excuse and in a mumbly way, well, something like that. And I left and I said to Kyle in the car, when I got in the car, like, he called me fat. I blamed him. Kyle had the same experience. Doctors called him fat. they said, you're fat, you need to lose weight.
Said the same thing to me. He said, you're pretty fat and your health is on the line. And I came out of the doctor's office because I wasn't ready to hear some tough love and focused on him being rude instead of the fact that he was trying to save my life.
Yes, because they were looking at the numbers. That doctor also said, Kyle, you have type 2 diabetes. My doctor had to say to me, Nicole, you have sleep apnea.
Nicole and Kyle, they both said this same thing. Obviously, we would give them some mumbling answer, and they would say, obviously, what you're doing is not working. You need to eat less and move your body.
Yeah.
You need to stop with the fad diets. You're just staying the same weight or getting bigger.
And your life is at risk. These diseases are going to get worse if you don't get them under control.
If they wouldn't have been rude to us, we wouldn't have woken up.
And actually, we still had to put ourselves through a bit of a struggle after that. Then we finally said, once Kyle got his type 2 diabetes diagnosis, we were like, okay, they're telling us the truth. We gotta do something.
They might have been rude, but they didn't lie to us.
Not wrong. Yeah. And
they didn't hold our hand. If they would have been nice and said, you know, you can go another couple months, we were already going down. Our health was already going down. They knew we did not have another 3 months of life to waste.
And that is why we are the way we are on this channel. We give you the compassion, but we also give you the tough love. This channel, it does focus on weight loss, but we also always bring you underneath to, like I said, the living nightmare, the binging, because if there are any of you out there watching that do not have time, that is why the tough love comes in. And weight loss is more than just losing weight and keeping it off. If you're somebody who struggles with emotional eating or binge eating, you have to fix that stuff first. We had to stop playing the victim. We had to really look and be honest with ourselves, take the blinders off, pull the wall down and say, yeah, we have to start eating less and moving our body because our life is at risk here. We don't have time.
Me and Nicole were codependent, basically kissing each other's butts, saying, oh, it's okay, that person's rude, that person's rude, that person's rude. While we both were causing our own health to go down.
Yep, I remember even saying, it's okay, don't worry about that. The doctors know what he's talking about. I remember saying that, but we weren't ready to hear it. And you can only hear the message when you're ready. But Kyle and I are not gonna stop telling the message and sharing our story because we are trying to save people's lives here. We had to save our own. We had to look at all the stuff we were avoiding by using food. We had to fix that. Then we were able to eat what we liked in portion and move our body. If you can't fix that underneath, if you can't deal with why you're eating, then portion control is not going to work. Not until you fix the underlying stuff, the living nightmare that you're living in. And we are here to do both.
That person, our neighbor, has a right to
jackhammer while we make a video.
Yeah. We don't yell at them. They don't yell at us. We don't yell at them. We're outside loving life.
Exactly. All right, the friends. If you are ready to change your life and you want to know exactly what Kyle and I ate to lose our first and next 50 pounds because we have each lost 130 pounds and kept it off for 6 years.
You know yourself that you don't have another 2-3 months to waste.
Then check out our first and next 50 weight loss guides. The links are down below. The first 50 actually gives you an exact 2-week meal plan and then gives you a blueprint on how to make your own custom meal plan after you're done that. So check it out if you want. They're down there. Check out these 2 videos for free. Otherwise, we're here for you on all social media platforms. Leave us a comment, DM us, we're there to help you. And you know what we end with in here, don't ya? Lawnmower.
Whoa.
Lawnmower.
Maybe we need to actually mow the lawn. It's looking kind of long. There
How
you
do
go.
you make a lawnmower?
That was it.
Okay, now shake your boom.
No. I like your shoes and your outfit today.
Thank you. I'm gonna be a lion now.
See you guys.
Bye, guys. Remember, the friends, that weight loss isn't just about the number on the scale. It's also about here and here. Heart and mindset. Fight through it. You can do it.